around the club, bitches show me love. Feet on the couch, feet on the couch.
This is Feet on the Couch. I'm Miklo Bands. We're here with Monarchy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, hell yeah. Alright, so you know how we start off the interviews, bro. Like, we really want to hear, like, how'd you get into, like, DJing, producing, and shit like that? Like, from, like, when you were a kid and shit like that, what were your inspirations, like, getting into music and shit like that? Because I know you've been in the party scene and shit, and El Paso and all that.
Damn.
And, like, let's say, like, when you were a kid, like, you know, what was, like, inspiring you? Like, you're like, damn, that was dope, you know, like, some DJs or, like, producers that you're, like, inspired by or stuff like that. Or what was, like, the first, like, type of music you were put onto and shit?
Dude, damn. I don't even know where to start, but Deadass, it all started with Deadmau5. The show Deadmau5, bro. 5th grade, I was 10 years old, but, like, I always had that exploration of, like, electronic music throughout radio music, but it wasn't full on, like, what I was going into once I got into, like, the rabbit hole of electronic music, which was, like, Deadmau5, who started it all, bro. Like, I was 10, bumping Ghosts and stuff, 24/7, 24/7, bro. And I guess from there on, it was like a little like, you know, like I got introduced to a whole ass new world of artists. Like Skrillex was there, Calvin Harris, and all these old ass DJs that are like, they're legends, bro. Like they're fucking legends, bro. But I mean, that's who like inspired me the most, like from the beginning tops. And in 5th grade, I went through like this whole phase, bro. Like that's where I met my manager actually, which is funny. We're really close friends, man, since we were fucking 10, I swear, bro. It trips me out because it's on some universe shit. Like, a bunch of the people I've met along the lines has just been, like, out of just all this shit, you feel me? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, it's shit like that, like, I think about every day, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, we're still going at it. Like, we're still in this journey and shit. Like, I'm barely, like, I just turned 20. So, like, it's been a whole fucking journey of 10 years since, you know? And 7th grade, which was when I was like 12, bro. It was like when I finally got my DJ controller. My older brother Tony, he got it for me, and it was funny because the first one I actually got was not even like a mixer. It was weird as fuck. It was like some weird ass shit, bro. Like, and we ended up returning it, and I got a Newmark Mix Track Pro 2, and that's where I got down. Like, I just trained myself, bro. Like, I just learned by myself and shit. Deadass. I never watched no YouTube shit. But I got some funny stories for, like, a show I did to prepare on CDJs, which is, like, we'll go more into the lines, but I don't know if you want to say anything, because I tend to, like, just continue convos.
Oh, yeah, let's hear a little bit about that. Let's hear a little bit about that time that you got prepared to do CDJs, because, you know, CDJs are way different from going from, like, a Newmark, like, Serato mixer, because I'm pretty sure it was, like, Serato, right? You had to like, load your shit into.
So this is how it starts, bro. So it's actually my first show ever that I'm doing, and this is, like, it's funny because I got into the local scene throughout a guy that hit me up on Facebook, and I guess they're having a little DJ competition because this is around like the prime rave days of El Paso and shit, bro. Because, oh my god, dude, I remember like raves were the shit. Like every fucking weekend, I remember this one collective that would just bring them and shit all the time. But, oh man, that was basically my childhood, teenagehood, I guess. Like, because in 5th grade, like, that's when everything started, right? And then throughout, like, growing up, 6th, 7th grade is actually where 7th grade is where I went to my first rave as well. Went to go see Dubs at Bucana's here in El Paso. Legendary fucking night with my boys, Ozzy and Isaiah, shout out them. And those people are actually pretty important, like, people in role of my life, you feel me? Like, there are actually a lot of things that are paradoxed in, like, all these alignments of, like, where I'm meeting these people, you know? Because, you know, if I would have never met them, a lot of things would have never, like, been what it is now, you know? So I actually went to that rave, and, like, from there on, I got to explore more into the local scene of DJs that were, like, popping, I guess. Like, I was trying to see what was up with it, you know? And I didn't get my DJ, my name, my stage name, Monarchy, till my friend, Victor. It's my boy, it's my blood brother right there. Shout out Victor. Shout out his son, Robert, too. And basically, he was Monarchy with me. In middle school, which is like a duo. Yeah, it was a duo, bro. It's crazy that there's so much stories I could add on to this shit, but like I fucking met him in at Slider and shit, 7th grade too as well. And that's when everything started to fly in with the controller and like the people, my friends that I was with, and everything that I was going through at the time was really good, bro. I had a really good childhood and shit. I grew up really like really great, bro. Honestly, bro. Like I'm really blessed as fuck to like be here and shit too, because as I go on, like we all grew up. And I was going to the raves and shit, and I found like that one group of locals and shit finally. And it's crazy because it's crazy to see where they all went. because like I know who's still in the game like right now, and oh my gosh, bro, it really shows like who's really on the shit and all that, because like the game, the scene here, I just want everyone to fucking win, bro. Yeah, honestly, but like it's just bullshit because a lot of hate and like I'm pretty sure a bunch of artists have been on here already and just said that shit like like their opinions on like the music scene here and like what their responses are from people and shit. We could go like into that as we go more into my first show. So I was actually fuck dude, I'm gonna get lost with this shit.
Just keep going, bro.
Oh shit. So basically we're at Cowtown Boots on the freeway.
Yeah.
That's it's crazy, bro. So I had these fools, Victor, Aaron, my manager, and my other friend Ivan, who were there to support that day. And everything was just so quick because the reason I got to that show, that local show that they were having, was because of the guys that I met on Facebook. They got me to get on there. And then I got my slot going, but I never got the chance to play on CDJs ever because they asked me, they're like, you ever been on CDJs? I was like, yeah. I lied. I was like, yeah, I've been on CDJs. I was like, that. But then after, I was like, bro, I went on YouTube and I just looked up how to play on fucking CDJs real quick. And it was just like a matter of time, really, like when they told me. Because it was an opening set type shit. But, dude, it was lit as fuck. Because, like I was saying, like, this is during, like, the rave prime shit. Like, people were just going to fucking, like, events for whatever and shit. And it was supposed to be, like, a phone party and shit. But there was no phone. Literally. It was lit as fuck, though. Like, everyone had, like, the locals that played, dude. Shout out all the locals that played there that night. Like, I met a lot of people and shit. It opened my, like, eyes to, like, what I really wanted to do for show for the future. And I knew this was my dream, too, since, like, I was, like, in 5th grade, too. Like, when it happened, too. Like, I remember I dressed up as a DJ for Halloween, too, during that 5th grade year, which was really funny, because, like, flash forward and shit, I'm like, I remember I dressed like in some shit like this, dude, like, fuck, that shit was so funny, because, like, my teacher, shout out Mr. Amano, 5th grade, he really pushed me, like, the idea of, like, all that, like, because I put him on Deadmau5, and he would put Deadmau5 all the time on in class when we were doing our fucking work and shit, so shout out Mr. Amano. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, after my first local scene show is where I finally go to high school and shit, and this is where the party scene fucking comes in. So like after 8th grade and shit, like I actually did a one last show with Victor because we actually ended up just doing like me being solo and shit because he had some other plans to do. You know, he had a different thing going on. But 8th grade, we actually DJ'd our like little ceremony to dip, like, you know, from middle school to fucking high school, and it was dope because it turned into a whole ass fucking rave, and it was crazy because they had like the DJs they hired and shit. But shout out Miss Kern for putting us on and shit too. Shit was crazy, bro. Like I swear they had us like on these little like they made their own like fan made flyers too before like everyone went to like the dance thing, and it said Monarchy on there and shit. And I was like, damn, like. That's some small, like, dream shit. Like, I know, like, who knows where this is gonna go and shit. And I knew, too. Like, I've always had high confidence in, like, I'm gonna fucking make it, dude. I'm gonna fucking make it. But after that shit happened, like, it was, like a little mini rave, honestly. But we had, like, our stage time there for, like, 10 minutes. And they cut us off because they were hiring, like, the other DJ that was there. But he was kind of, like, just a dud. Like, you know, like, he didn't really have a good set. But, yeah, we went on from there to high school. And that's where, like, the party scene finally comes in, bro. And that's where everyone like just gets like into like their whole little phases of whatever the fuck everyone was going through high school and shit. So then everyone was just getting fucked up and hitting wings, getting drunk all the fucking time and shit, bro. Like, so basically, I got booked for my boy Yazir. He's crazy, bro. He's actually a whole ass Facebook ad god now. So shout out Yazir for that. He had booked me for that party, and then when I did it, that was like the first experience of like actual ever like having my audience for the high school, you know, like that time period. Like it was so fucking lit, bro. Like, oh my god, we had bottle service and everything that and I was so young still and shit, bro, and I had like this time to DJ there, and I remember it was till like 3 a.m, bro. But like when that party was just so legendary because I remember like the next week we go back to school and it's like. Monarchy, like, yo, I'm like, yo, like, fuck. Dude, that shit was crazy. Just, like, talking about, like, what the fuck I went through this past weekend with my friends, what they had to go through with me, because, like, these fools have been through shit with me, you feel me? Like, everywhere I go, they're, like, you know, they're my team and shit. So shout out all my boys and shit. They're literally my boys. And they're always there. They're the Monarchy team. So, you know, without them, I wouldn't be, like, where I'm at with my hustle and my grind. They push me and shit. Shout out my manager, Aaron. You know, he works hard and shit. Yeah. Everything else is pretty much history, bro. Like, it just goes on from like after that first party, it was just a chain reaction, snowball effect. Like, we were just pulling up to parties, and my name got around, and it was just like I started fucking DJing, and we ended up just hosting every fucking one, and it went on from that till I'd say junior year, because it cut off because of some like sad ass shit, and it's actually pretty crazy because like I always tell this like to everyone, but like this is my first time saying it on camera and stuff, but like it's basically I got into like a car accident. And that's what paused like my Monarchy career, because I remember like,
oh damn,
yeah, I was with my friends, but you know, they're not here anymore. Rest in peace to them. But that made me even more crazy, like with my grind and like my effort and everything to get back up, because I'm actually like pretty like injured still from the accident. It's from like it's a bunch of shit, man. Like I can't explain it too much on the camera, but it's mainly like I got a fucked up spine and shit. But basically, after that, dude, I came back up. Like, it was crazy as shit. Like, after that whole accident happened, excuse me. Oh, this is when I think about it, that shit just kind of gets to me. But, yeah, man, I just got back from it. It was like 4 months later, and I came back junior year, like, the final month, you know? And they let me off, you know? Like, they was probably like, you know, let's let this guy go. And senior year, like, that summer, like, when everyone went, it was like I came back to the party scene and shit, and that's where everything like unloaded, bro. Like I just became like my own like empire with these dudes, like everyone that I was collabing with, because I just want everyone to fucking win, dude. Like I fuck with everyone, bro. Like that I've worked with and shit. Like I think everyone just has a purpose in what they do and what they love and shit. Because like every artist here is just like you know like. It's crazy as fuck, bro. I love talking to everyone that has the dream. Like, it's much more than all that shit. Like, it's cliche as fuck saying, like, this shit, but it's true as fuck. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I'm just blessed as fuck to like, have this life. Like, I would have never thought, honestly. And I'm super spiritual as shit, too, man. Like, after that experience, too, like, I became something else. Like, something in me just unleashed. And ever since, I've just been, like, I'm you know, I'm ready. I'm ready for everything.
Hell yeah, you are. You're ready, like, because I seen you, man, like, you know what I mean, like, I see you, like, you're, like, performing, like, at these shows, like, I remember I was seeing that shit, like, at the, like, this, like, place, like, the Spot or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, it was the club parties.
Yeah, the club parties or whatever the hell, I was seeing you perform at those shits were getting down and shit, and so, like, yeah, you've gotten, like, a good buzz, and it's dope that you've been able to, like, actually, like,
yeah, bro, especially here in El Paso, like, you know, it's crazy, because everyone's struggling out here, like, the artists and shit, like, it threw me out, because I had like the chance to, you know, my boy Diego's Fuego. Shout out Diego Fuego. Our boys Drev. Like without those dudes in the picture, like they're all part of the timeline as well. Like I'm gonna continue the story of like we're off from the junior year of me like going on to the summer of all of us. So we started meeting and shit, hanging out after like the accident, because we had our friends. We're all friends with each other from the accident, and we all like. And it was crazy, bro. Isaiah was the one I went to the rave with that I mentioned from like and his cousin Ozzy. Like we were rave bros, bro. Like,
just going to all the fucking time. And at the time, like there was raves everywhere.
Dude, yeah, bro. It was the prime, and it's crazy because my boy Rob too was I put him on the rave game too. He started going to raves with me, and he was in that car accident as well.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because my boy Victor, who was in Monarchy, named his son Robert, which is like crazy too. Like when they see this in the future. You know, like, it's going to be like, you know, I talked about this shit, and it's going to be crazy, bro. So, shout out my family and my friends.
Hell yeah, dude.
And basically, when we collabed, me and Diego, though, like, it wasn't until, like, we did, like, our full collab Monarchy x Diego Fuego party. Like, we actually were just at this one party once where I was DJing. Because, like, everyone would, like, come along, right, the Monarchy team. So, when we go and, like, go set up and shit, and everything started getting fucking lit, I guess one night it was just like Diego just started going off, like dude, just like on some MC hype man shit, and it was some crowd control shit. And after that night, it was like, bro, we gotta keep fucking doing that. And like after that, it just went on from like fucking house parties to club parties to mansion parties, and then it just became warehouse parties, like endlessly, bro. I swear there was like 30 of those fuckers. Like I swear, the first one was probably the most memorable too, though, because it was just me and Diego that one night. Like the team couldn't make it. And it was just me and him, but it was just like some solo, like, just mission shit. It was so, like, successful. It was a really, really good night.
That's dope. That's fucking dope, yo. That's dope that, like, you, like I'm saying, like, you've been able to, like, see that shit. Because a lot of people haven't been able to get that, like light in El Paso, you know what I mean? and to speak about like the scene, because I know you're part of like a whole another different scene from like people we've interviewed. You know what I mean? Like the rappers and shit like that. Like what do you think is like the state of like the EDM scene, like the party scene, DJ scene here? You know what I mean? Because that scene is like big here in El Paso. Like I feel like if you're talking about the rap scene, like that's like a little like it's a little bubble, but the EDM scene has like grown like crazy.
I think there's a lot of love for show. Like when you get your chance, like I think everyone really does give you your chance, like in the scene here for electronic music. Rap wise and everything else wise is so like underrated for show.
Yeah,
like, I know a bunch of people that I'm really good. Like I love their music, bro. Shout out Sesh, shout out River, shout out Chris Jock, shout out Drev, I know I can go on the list. Shout out Calvin Boel. You know, those are a few people that I fuck with and shit, man. I can go on and shit, but I fucking love those artists. Underrated as fuck. But everyone's gonna fucking make it on me. And I also want to continue off from like the Diego Fuego and Monarchy party. We were just, escalating from there on. Like that's where I think like the warehouse parties, Lotus. Did you ever go to that?
Yeah.
Shout out Bert Gala. You know, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Shout out fucking Michael too. That's my boy too. And those are the guys behind that shit, man. You know, all credit to them. They give us the spotlight and everything, and I really appreciate that because those times that was probably like one of those times where I had like a point where I was looking at the crowd and I was like, bruh, like it was like, what the fuck, like front to the back, bro, like what? And, like we had full crowd control and shit, bro. But these were it's crazy because these were the party sets, you know, like this is not even our full. You know, potential yet. We're not even full Super Saiyan. We're not even at Roll Out or EDC yet. Like, it's just the tip, you know? It's really, we're still coming up, you know? So, you won't, like, stop hearing from us, like never. You know? I'm gonna keep going and shit till we fucking just break, like, barriers of shit. I don't give a fuck, bro. You know?
Hell yeah. And, you know, to bring it back, like, to what first got you into music, what are your main, like, inspirations? You know what I mean? I know you talked about, like, Deadmau5, like, and then afterwards you got to Skrillex and, like, shit like that afterwards. But what are your like main inspirations that you would say like, inspire the way that you mix, the way that you DJ shit? Keizo,
bro. That's I think that the part where like I started going into my producer realm and like my music, like I knew what my sound was gonna be because I feel like I'm just such an energetic, like my energy, like I just feel like I'm just energy, bro. Like that's where my fucking music is, like, and I really was built on like the full like beginning racing before like I feel like right now the prime of EDM right now is dubstep and bass, like hard bass, super hard bass fucking music. And I don't know, my set is hard dance, my genre and shit. Hard dance, hard style, hard raw, like hard everything, dude. Like fucking fast BPM shit. I've been experimenting with drum and bass and shit too recently, which is pretty hard. I fuck with that. I want to start implementing like hard style and drum and bass and maybe some dubstep there and there. Because I fuck with dubstep, but like I know my real sound, like I'm hardstyle for sure. Yeah. Like everyone knows, like I'm about that sound too. Like since like I built like my sound up a long time ago, it was never just the parties and all that. Cause like I put that as like my party label self, you know, like me going up from like to build my name Monarchy and shit. Yeah. But my real goal is like my sound and shit, like my true love for EDM, like what I think rave is, you know, like I think it's like you should go to a fucking crazy ass hardstyle show, pop fucking eggs or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't want to say anything on camera and shit. Whatever the fuck you doing, like go and have a crazy night and like live your life, bro. Like go and experience that shit and whatever the fuck you want, whatever you do in your life, and I promise you, you're gonna like just remember that night or whatever the fuck happened. Like I want the experience for everyone and shit. You know, everyone deserves to go to a show like in their whole life or something. Dude. Like it's crazy. The world's fucked up. Everything's like in everyone's life. I don't know what the fuck's going on in anyone's life. So much shit could be going through shit. People, I just want everyone to like let loose and come to a place where they can all just fucking let go and fucking have fun. You know, get fucked up, whatever the fuck, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. Speaking about that, you know, you were like saying like you were going to raves all the time and shit like that. Was there ever like a rave that you went to that was like that felt like that? Like exactly how you describe, you know, that one rave you're just like, man, like I went to that shit.
I'm so just, like, grateful.
Fuck, like you were in awe or some shit. Like,
dude,
you know?
Definitely. I cried during Deadmau5's set in 2016, and it's funny because like that night was universe because I wasn't even old enough to get out of that show, but I snuck around like the security. Yeah, it was some funny shit because like I paid for my ticket and everything, but they said I couldn't get in. But they weren't looking, but I just snuck around them. Like it was some crazy shit because I guess some girls were distracting them or some shit, and there was some bad females. And then I went behind them and I went in and like I was like, bro, and it was fucking Dead Mouse, Excision, RL Grime, and just
fuck
stacked
yeah,
ass
RL Grime's
fucking
dope.
lineup, bro. Like that whole night, like the fucking countdown and Strobe by Dead Mouse was fucking playing, bro, and I cried in that moment. But for sure, Keizo's set 2 is like where I like that's fast forward like 2 years later too, during from that time when they brought him, and I think that's where I saw myself like, bro, like, nah, that's I know, like
That's gotta be me.
That's gotta be fucking me, bro. Like
I want to do that shit.
I can never put my placement like in Keizo. Like I can never compare myself to him. I want to be better than him. I want to be fucking something else. Like I want to be like his
Monarchy. You know?
I want to be Monarchy, bro. Monarchy music, you know. Fuck, bro. Like I'm gonna be coming, you know. So expect me.
Hell yeah. And do you have any like collaborations coming out besides like, you know, I know you collaborate a lot with Diego Fuego and shit like that, you know what I mean?
We're actually yet to have a collab, track, full hard dance.
Track, but like I'm saying, like you do show.
Yes, for sure. Me and Diego Fuego are associated.
Yeah, associated at the moment. Still haven't collaborated on it.
We have our own collective. It's actually a high risk entertainment because
nice, cool.
We actually were established as a high risk during our party times in the warehouses and shit. They said we were too high risk of I guess I don't know what the fuck it was, but I thought high risk and everyone agreed. You know, everyone thought it was a hard ass name. We're like, okay, high risk entertainment, let's go with it. That shit's hard as fuck. You know, that's for like future plans and shit, but that's what we are, all of us as a team. You could look into my manager's Instagram, moneyman.aaron. And if you want bookings and everything, hit him up and shit.
Dope.
But I don't know where else you want to know from here.
I'm saying like do you have any like people that you look like collaborating with at the moment, like, you know what I mean, or any people that you're working with, like, you know, in your aspect of like the realm of the scene, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like people in music, you know what I mean? It could even be photographers, you know what I mean? Artists, visual designers, you know, because you're a DJ, you know, you need like the graphic design.
Shout out Just That Jordan. Shout out Hosrod. My boy fucking Sinsters. Fucking clean with it all the time, dude.
Yeah, we got the Sinsters interview.
He's got some crazy ass shit coming with Diego's Fuego shit and Slim Chronic. Shout out SK the gang. All the way from LA and shit. Jay Reese, shout out my boys. Those are my Nas guys out there and shit. But I also be collabing with just fuck, man. It honestly ranges. I could be like, I fuck with my boy Matthew Johnson. He's out here in El Paso repping the Jamaican in the 915. You know, that scene and shit. So I really, he's a big ups to him. He's my big bro and shit. He's out here working with Money Man and shit. I've definitely learned a lot of industry shit from him too. I really respect him a lot. For sure, Calvin Boal. For sure, like one of my favorite locals, underground guys. Seshbon. Shout out Seshbon. I got something, it's still in the works, some low-key shit. It's a little raw, rough draft shit. But, I mean, overall, that's it, I think, right now, man. Like, to get it over. I can think everyone else has just been called. Yeah. To be honest.
Alright, cool. And, you know, I ask this question to everybody, you know, how was 2020 for you? You know what I mean? Like, because it's been a year, people have been, like, locked in their room and shit like that, you know what I mean? How's 2020 been for you?
Oh, shit. But, yeah, 2020 was actually, honestly, like, it was dope, bro. Like, we went to fucking LA, like, 3 times, and I think I learned a lot of just things about just life coming up. And I've done acid a lot, dude. I've done it, like, 4 times. And, like, I think I've opened my, like, it's opened my eyes, like, a lot to, like,
crazy
each phase. Trips? Nah, not really. I've had, like, funny things happen with my friends, like, situations and shit, but that's some other shit. Like, every trip was just more, like, something I learned, like, like, that I knew that I had to get out of the way. Like, I know a lot of discipline was, like, what I had to learn this year. I'm still getting to it, but, like, I really want to get that out of the way still. Like, I really want to discipline myself even more. But I started working out a lot, too, this year. Working a lot. Like, dude, music was all 2020 for sure. Like, I feel like I was just quarantined making music, working out, and just fucking doing the best I could do. You know?
Producing and shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, I have so much tracks right now that's, like, I'm pretty sure they're all going to be set for, like, I was honestly planning on, like, doing tracks every month and shit. But I really wanted to work on this EP, I think, that I got in mind. Like, that's just going to be a hybrid sound. Like, some new shit to the table for the scene. You know, I hope it just comes around, like, these artists, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's how it works, you know? Like, the algorithm within the EDM scene, all these big dudes, you know, they see what's coming down here in the underground within, like, the uprising artists. And what new sound, what crazy fucking sound you got going on. Because there's a lot of, you know, the same shit. There's, like, EDM artists that can sound the same like someone else, you know? You got to be original. So, yeah, that was what I was on in 2020.
That's dope. And like how like you plan like in 2020? I know you said like you were just working on music and shit like that, and you're planning like this EP and shit. What's like the plan for you as Monarchy? You know what I mean? As your brand and shit like that, because you know, gotta expand the brand and shit like that. Like, do you have anything planned like out of town or anything like that, or anything like you want to say or anything like that? Of course, it's gonna be edited.
Definitely gonna be a lot of traveling throughout this year. We're planning to do some traveling in Austin, Chicago, New York. You know, it's gonna be crazy. It's a lot of traveling, a lot of unexpected things to happen. You know, I'm be ready for it on some shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm ready. The whole team ready. And Monarchy as a brand, I think, just want to go global, man. I'm trying to go all the way to fucking like Europe, Tokyo. I'm trying to go all over. I'm trying to like, I'm trying to get some merch going this year and shit too, man. Because I was trying to get that going for sure. Just consistency. That's all I'm on, man. Like pure consistency. Anything out of like the mind, like I'm gonna go full in. Like I'm gonna have my manager, me do some new shit, collabs with probably some other people, collectors that are out there. We'll see and shit. I'm not too sure with it yet. Like, but I know Austin, Chicago, and New York sound like some for show moves, you know. But the rest we're gonna see what's good with it. But like, you know, we're not gonna be giving up anytime soon. So
that's dope. You got some shit planned. You already got some moves in the works and shit like that. You know. Because everybody like, you know, you can't stay stagnant and fucking just be doing
dude. I mean, I think I got the name part good here in El Paso is what I think. Yeah. Like, I for sure want to like.
Brand in El Paso is good, so you want to establish it in other places.
Mm-hmm. And then I really want to get down to like, I just really want to get like my sound really into like the hard dance scene. Really is what I really want to get right now. Like, I really just want to get my sound established and like boom, like that's just Monarchy. When you hear it, like, oh, that's Monarchy. When you hear it, like, you know.
Yeah, where can people find your music? You know what I mean? Like, where can people find
you? They can find me on Apple Music. You know, I'm on all platforms and shit. Fucking SoundCloud's probably the most poppin' and shit. Monarchy Music. I got a remix I just released with my boy DJ Grimm. Not to confuse it with Evander Grimm. But we made a remix of this song by Ariana Grande. It's pretty fucking poppin' right now. It's about to hit 3K. But my most poppin' song is with my boy Swamp Station, who is also managed by my boy Aaron. And that one, Jack It Up. It's got like 5K. 5K is probably like my most right now, but shit, that shit's crazy. I think it's crazy when I see that, 'cause I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is jamming out to this shit right now? You know, like who the fuck's around the world just fucking going crazy? You know? So that shit makes me happy just to think about that.
That's dope. What's a message that you have like to your fans, like to people that listen to you, you know, go to your shows and shit like that, or new people that are looking at you now and shit like that?
Y'all can follow me at Monarchy Music, Instagram. That's my most poppin' social. I'm on all the time and shit. But expect a lot of new collabs with people, a lot of new sounds and shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole new generation of hard dance. Monarchy Music. That's who I am. Thank you.
Hell yeah. This has been Feet on the Couch. I'm Miklo Bands. We were here with Monarchy. It's been a pleasure you coming out. You know what I mean?
So, bro.
Shut down the club, bitches show me love. Feet on the couch, feet on the couch.